What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Just want to say a massive shout out to all of you because we're getting very close to 14,000 subscribers, and I want to give a shout out to Dylan, Malcolm, who left their predictions on the previous video and actually correctly predicted Wolves to beat Chelsea 2-1, as well as the West Ham Crystal Palace correct score and some other nice predictions in there as well. So if you want your comment featured in the next episode of the Premier League predictions, then leave your comments down below. Also, I've got an exciting announcement for you all because I've teamed up with the guys over once again at OneFootball to bring you a little Boxing Day giveaway special. So if you want to be in with the chance to win the jersey of your favourite football team, whether that be an Arsenal shirt, a Tottenham shirt, a United shirt, or whatever, then all you've got to do is enter their Boxing Day giveaway. So click the link in the description and follow the instructions on the landing page and just predict the Boxing Day fixtures like I have just here to get yourself in with a chance to win a free jersey. So massive shout out to OneFootball for sponsoring this video and teaming up with me doing this prediction giveaway. I think it's a really cool thing, and on this channel we love our predictions, so definitely get involved using the link in the description. Massive shout out to OneFootball once again for sponsoring the video. And now let's take a little look back at our week 13 predictions. I actually had a better week than most people I've seen online. We had a pretty decent week. We were very close to 3 perfect scores, but Sheffield United scored a late goal. But we did correctly predict Liverpool to beat Tottenham 2-1, West Ham and Crystal Palace to draw 1-1. I did say Man United to win 3-1, but as I said, Sheffield United scored a late winner. And of course, Southampton double chance in the Arsenal game. That was sadly always going to come to fruition. So let's hopefully continue the good form with week 14. And as I said, remember to leave your predictions down in the comments below. The first game, it is Crystal Palace up against Liverpool. I think Liverpool are going to win this game. I mean, I'm no psychic for saying that, but I do think Liverpool are going to have enough to win this game. But I think it's actually going to be quite close. I'm going to give Crystal Palace a goal. They've been looking a little bit better lately, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Liverpool. Once again, the old faithful score, and my tip is simply going to be Liverpool win and over 1.5 goals at 1.75 to allow for a potential simple 2-0 win to Liverpool. Now, the next game, it's Southampton up against Manchester City, and I just want to say I'm going brave with my score predictions and tips this week. So there definitely are safer tips out there, but I thought, you know what, I'd push the boat out, because even if you predict the safest tip for every single game, even 2 out of 10 of them at least are going to be wrong for whatever reason. So if you push the boat out, you might actually stand a better chance of getting more right if you select the right ones. So Southampton, Manchester City, I'm going to go for a draw. Manchester City obviously just came off of a 1-1 draw against West Brom, which did lead to the sacking of Bilic, which I thought was very interesting. And Southampton came off a draw against Arsenal, and Southampton looked pretty dominant in that game, it did have to be said. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw between the two teams. It is at St Mary's Stadium. My tip is going to be both teams to score an over 2.5 goals at 1.95. That means it could end 2-1 either way. 3-1, it could be an absolute demolishing 4-1 either way, for example. But I think both teams will score, and I think there'll be a plentiful amount of goals in this fixture. Now, the next one, it's Everton up against Arsenal. I am also not looking forward to this game, similar to how I wasn't really looking forward as an Arsenal fan to the Southampton game in the previous week. Obviously, Arsenal will be without Gabriel. I think he suffers a 1-game suspension for a second yellow red card. That rule might have changed since I last looked at it, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes. So Arsenal, they're not looking great, and Everton have just come off of a really fantastic win against Leicester. So I think Everton will be poised. They are actually the bookies' favourites to win this game. So I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to say 1-1 between the two teams, but my tip is Everton double chance and under 3.5 goals. So this could end 3-0 to Everton, 2-1 to Everton, 1-1. 0-0. So I think Everton are going to just have the edge on Arsenal here. I'm going to go for the draw. My tip is Everton double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.86. Now, the next game, it is Newcastle up against Fulham. I found this one very tricky to predict, so I sort of just edged towards the home team. I think Newcastle will want to get a win after being thumped quite comfortably by Leeds, and Fulham, they got a bore draw with Brighton, which, says good things about their defence for once, but not so much about them going forward as we've come to expect. So I think Newcastle are going to win this game against Fulham. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, but my tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.9. I think that value is fantastic. Now, next up, it's Brighton up against Sheffield United. As I just mentioned, Brighton in a board draw with Fulham, and Brighton have been struggling to get results. They play pretty football, and they don't get the results. Sheffield United have 1 point this entire season. They managed to score 2 goals against Manchester United and did look threatening at times. So you know what I'm going to do? randomly, I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to give Sheffield United their first win of the season. Brighton always seem to do me dirty. I always say, you know, they're going to win. They're playing well. They're doing great. And then they lose. So sod's law, they're going to win this game probably. But I'm going to say Sheffield United to win this one 1-0. And my tip is going to be Sheffield United double chance at 2.1. That is outrageous. All it needs to be a 0-0, a 1-1, a 1-0 to Sheffield United, as I've said, for this tip to come in. And the odds are 2.1. Obviously, they're high because Brighton could very well easily win this game, but they've been failing to deliver time after time. So I'm going to give Sheffield United their first dub of the season. Now, next up, it is a big game, top of the table clash. Tottenham up against Leicester, and I do think Tottenham are going to win this fixture. Leicester just lost 2-0 to Everton in the previous week, and Tottenham, they actually they did just lose to Liverpool, but they had their fair share of chances. I think Bergwijn, he hit the post with a nice little move. I think Tottenham themselves will feel disappointed that they didn't get a point out of that game at least. Obviously, the stats show that Liverpool were quite dominant, but Tottenham did have really good chances to get something from that game and just couldn't take them. But I'm keeping it simple. I cannot look past the value of Tottenham, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win, and my tip is going to be Tottenham to win at 2.05. Now, next up, it is Manchester United up against Leeds. Now, there are a plethora of tips I could give you in this fixture. I would say Man United to win and both teams to score would be a good prediction. Man United to win and over 1.5 goals would be a good prediction. I think either of those you could use. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, I think you could use in your predictions. But my score prediction, first of all, is going to be a 4-2 home win to Manchester United. So bear in mind, I said all of those safer tips that you could use for your ACCA if you're doing a big one. Maybe don't include this tip because it's a bit rogue. This is sort of like a single that you could put on. My tip is going to be Manchester United to win from behind at 6.5. So Leeds don't necessarily have to open the scoring, but it would be ideal. So Leeds go 1-0 up and then United win, or Leeds go 2-1 up and United win, say 4-2 like I said here. My tip is going to be Manchester United to win from behind at 6.5. Now obviously, as you can see, 6.5 odds, that's ridiculous. It's high for a reason, so maybe don't chuck that in an ACCA with, you know, your safe bets, but a cheeky little single, why not give it a try if you're feeling lucky. Now, next game after that, it is West Brom up against Aston Villa. West Brom, fantastic job to keep out Manchester City and get the 1-1 draw, and they now have Big Sam at the helm. Are they going to survive relegation now? I mean, it remains to be seen, but I'm very, very excited to see how this league, all of it pans out. It's still very much up in the air, and I'm very excited. Aston Villa somehow could not break past Burnley. They hit the upright a few times. I think they had 27 shots, and it ended 0-0. I couldn't believe it. I actually had an ACCA on myself. I had an ACCA of Roma to win and both teams to score, Manchester United to win and both teams to score, and Aston Villa to win. And Aston Villa to win was the only one that didn't come in. And that would have been a cheeky amount of money for me there if Aston Villa just scored a goal. So either way, I think Aston Villa are going to bounce back. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they get a 2-1 away win here. But my tip is going to be slightly safer. Aston Villa double chance and over 1.5 goals at 1.57, which of course allows for a 1-1 draw, which is a very, very common scoreline. Now, next up, it is Burnley up against Wolves. Simply enough, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Wolves are a better side, but without Raul Jimenez, they're slightly less threatening going forward. Obviously, they had a fantastic result against Chelsea. I think everyone was shocked by that. But Burnley are a very, very tough team to break down at Turf Moor. Wolves games are typically very low-scoring. Burnley games are typically very low-scoring. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 away win to Wolves, and my tip is going to be under 2.5 goals at 1.53. It's quite a negative tip, and I don't usually tip under because you could just have a freak game where it's like 3-3 and it just would be typical when you tip them to score basically no goals, but I'm going to stick to it. I think it should be low scoring, so my tip is going to be under 2.5 goals. And the final game, it is Chelsea up against West Ham. West Ham are, my phone's going off again. West Ham are playing some good football lately, and Chelsea will need to bounce back after their defeat to Wolves. I wonder if Kai Havertz will actually get a rest because he really isn't hitting the ground running. I think Timo Werner needs to play up top, but it's very difficult when you've got Olivier Giroud banging in goals from up front as well. But I think Werner, you'd get the best out of him through the middle. So I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and I think both teams are going to get on the score sheet a couple of times. So my tip, well, I'm going to say that Chelsea will win this one 3-2. But my tip is going to be Chelsea to win and both teams to score. I told you I'm pushing the boat out with my tips. The value is 2.75, so it's quite a juicy one. I mean, imagine Chelsea and both teams to score, Tottenham win, and Sheffield United double chance. That could be a nice little risky kind of treble. I do like that. So that is going to do it for my predictions for week 14. I think Liverpool's going to win, Southampton City to draw, Everton Arsenal to draw, Newcastle to win, Sheffield United to get their first dub of the season, Tottenham to win, United to win, Aston Villa to win, Wolves to win, and Chelsea to win. So that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like on it. You leave your predictions down in the comments below and get involved with the OneFootball Boxing Day giveaway using the link in the description by entering your predictions over there. So that is going to do it from me. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like on it, subscribe down below so you don't miss a future video, and I will see you in the next one very soon.